I think you're right about reparations in terms of if people want it, though, what they need to do is you always need to go back to the beginning of a supply chain. Where was the beginning of the supply chain? That was in Africa.
This is how white folks in America need to respond. Now, I know you guys have probably seen many different takes on this viral video of Don Lemon completely getting wrecked, trying to be a social justice warrior, pushing the woke ideologues on the CNN failing network. But it is imperative that I give you guys my take and input, as it is different than everybody else's. This is the way white folks need to be responding to these black KKK collective groupthink liberals, the woke revolutionaries. This is how you guys need to be responding. Shut them down, put them in their place, right in their tracks. You got to speak up and not be afraid of someone saying that you are going to be racist or you're a white supremacy, because you're challenging me in my thought process of me trying to say that I should be owed some type of reparations. How is it going to fix anything? We need infrastructure. We need education. We need enterprise. We need jobs. There's many different things, and just a free handout of giving people money is not going to fix those things. And I'm going to go more into detail. I'm going to play this video, then I'm going to give you guys my mean tweet commentary.
And then you have those who are asking for reparations for colonialism, and they're wondering, you know, $100 billion, $24 billion here and there, $500 million there. Some people want to be paid back, and members of the public are wondering, why are we suffering when you are, you know, you have all of this vast wealth? Those are legitimate concerns.
Well, I think you're right about reparations in terms of if people want it, though, what they need to do is you always need to go back to the beginning of a supply chain. Where was the beginning of the supply chain? That was in Africa. And when across the entire world, when the slavery was taking place, which was the first nation in the world that abolished slavery? The first nation in the world to abolish it. It was started by William Wilberforce, was the British. In Great Britain, they abolished slavery. 2,000 naval men died on the high seas trying to stop slavery. Why? Because the African kings were rounding up their own people. They had them on cages waiting in the beaches. No one was running into Africa to get them. And I think you're totally right. If reparations need to be paid, we need to go right back to the beginning of that supply chain and say who was rounding up their own people and having them handcuffed in cages. Absolutely, that's where they should start. And maybe, I don't know, the descendants of those families where they died in the high seas trying to stop the slavery, that those families should receive something too, I think, at the same time.
It's an interesting discussion, Hillary. Thank you very much.
She literally just destroyed him. Look how quick he's trying to get off the air. Yeah, this is an interesting topic. Thank you for coming on. Yeah. They didn't have nothing on your teleprompter for you to rebuttal that. And he's probably was pissed on the back end that they didn't have anything ready for that, because he did not expect this white woman to completely destroy him with facts. When you over here crying with your grievances and complaining, trying to push this woke ideologue, I got something for you. You can see it on her face. She had a smirk. It was like it was a softball pitch for her, and she literally just hit it hit it in the stands. She hit a home run with it. She's right. Great Britain, they were the first nation to abolish slavery. 2,000 men, naval men, died on the sea to go free them slaves that was trapped in them cages from them kings, them African kings. All these people running around here, these social justice warriors wearing dashiki and all this bullshit. Yeah, what about that? What about your 1619 project now? Well, you gonna put that in your CRT? Let's tell the truth about African history. Yeah. Guess what? In my woke days, when I was a part of the Pan-African Association, I self-studied African history while doing prison time. And it is absolutely correct and true. You can look it up. There's a book called The Destruction of Black Civilization by Chancellor Williams. And it goes in depth on how African kings sold out their own people when it came to the whole slave trade. Yeah, they used to sell their people for trinkets, nonsensical items, beads, mirrors, alcohol. Whole entire generations killed. Whole entire generations captured and sold into slavery. African kings had major roles in the transatlantic slave trade. Don't let them try to tell you it was only because they were at war. They used to go on slave raids and purposely capture people and sell them. The whole entire kingdoms were built off of the whole premise of slavery. As a matter of fact, y'all heard of that movie with Viola Davis, the Woman King? They're boycotting it now because the true story came out. about the Dahomey tribe. Yeah, the Dahomey kingdom. Their whole entire kingdom was built off of capturing slaves, the whole slave trade. They were the last, reluctantly, to give up slaves. The French had to beat them at war to get them to stop doing slave trading. Their whole thing was built off of slaves. So when you talk about reparations, stop just pointing the finger and trying to make it as white folks were the only barbaric people in the world. We had Arabic barbaric people, and we had African, black as all you can be, barbaric people. Don't even get me started on the things the Dahomey tribe used to do. You know, that whole woman king, the whole army of women, yeah, they were basically cannibalistic. They used to chop people's heads off and drink the blood. So don't talk about who was barbaric. And in no way am I trying to water down and make it as if slavery wasn't as bad here or there. It was bad, period. But if we're going to talk about reparations and your grievances and your cries of your anti-white hatred that you seem to keep walking around with the veil, and you're still unconscious of the real facts and truth, the woman just destroyed you with facts. And here's another thing. What about the 600,000 people who died? Yeah, the men who fought and died alongside with former slaves. Yeah, what about the 600,000 right here in America that died to abolish slavery right here in America? Yeah, I heard somebody once said that the Democrats owe the Republicans reparations, because the Republicans, we all know what party was the party that was all about abolishing slavery. What party was all about the KKK? We know what's up. What party was opposed to desegregation? Yeah, we know what's up. As a matter of fact, the commander and thief that's in the White House now was opposed to desegregation. He didn't want his kids to growing up and going to school in a jungle. Yeah, remember, mister, you ain't black. So don't get me started on this. Reparations, a free handout, the abstraction of money from other people for an era that you didn't even experience is just ridiculous. As I said earlier in the video, we need infrastructure. We need enterprise, education, right? Jobs. We need those things. You have to have money. Throwing money at you is not going to fix anything. How is it going to fix anything when you have a destructive culture? A culture that glorifies suicidal poetry on a good beat, that you associate your blackness with poverty and being poor, and somehow being a badass is your rite of passage. How? How do you glorify stop snitching campaigns, glorify going to prison and gang activity and degrading women and advocating for perverse lifestyles that are anti-pro-life? Yeah, how? How is money going to fix that? How is your reparations going to fix that? They can give you reparations today and you'll be asking for it again tomorrow. I ain't going to beat this dead horse. Don Lemon got crushed. My cheeks puckered up when I seen this. Put it in the comments what your guys' thoughts are. I appreciate you guys supporting my page. Thank you for the super thanks. I really appreciate everybody that leaves the super thanks on my videos. I am monetized now. This is something that I want to do full time. So thank you very much. I do the best I can to respond back to all the comments. So I appreciate you guys. If it's your first time on the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so that you can get notified when I put out a new video. And everybody else, you know what it is. If you want to put a middle finger up to the algorithm, make sure you like, comment, and share. We got a country to save. It's your boy, Craig Long 45. You can't make this shit up. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, oi.